Hello. How are you? This is Els coming from Bemis Crafty Corner, and I have like a really quick idea for you. If you're like me, you probably have kids or grandkids, and they are back in school. And being back in school, Halloween is coming. And right now, handing out candy and stuff just doesn't seem totally appropriate. I know my children, my grandkids' school, they're asking you not to hand out candy because they're concerned about contamination of some kind. I'm not sure exactly why. It probably has something more to do with we don't want candy at school. But I think it also may have something to do with kids, eating candy and licking wrappers and leaving them all over the place and stuff. So they've asked that we not send candy for Halloween, but we are more than welcome to send something else. So I thought, what about a quick project using up some of the things that we, have laying around? So I came up with this. It's just a little bookmark, and so we're gonna make some of these. Okay. Very quickly, very easily, we're going to just kind of whip these out. So, I'm going to get together the supplies, and we're going to go ahead and get this one done. Okay, so this one's pretty simple, guys. Some kind of ribbon or, string or whatever. Get out your embossing kit. So, you want to have your Versamark, your embossing powders, your stamp press if you're going to be using acrylic stamps, some old book pages that are tea dyed. Now, if you can get, like creepy ones, like Goosebumps or something like that, those would be perfect for this. If not, just, any book page will do. Get out your stamps. Get out your Halloween stamps. Of course, you don't have to do these Halloween. If you don't want to do them Halloween, you could do them superheroes, whatever you wanted to do. Acrylic stamps, your regular wood blocks, whatever you've got, get them out. Okay. So, the other thing you're going to want on this is going to be some of those bits and pieces of file folder that you have laying around that you've had for a while. And, of course, a cutter. So we're going to start by cutting like 2-inch strips, because that's about the width of a bookmark. And then I'm going to just take my paper for my book here, and I'm going to cut this down, taking off as close to the words as I can. And I'm going to turn it around, do the same thing on the other side. And then I'm just going to cut a 2-inch strip here. Now, if you have a Xyron, this is a good project for that. Okay. And you could put just, cardstock on the back of this if you want, or more book page, whatever you want to do. I think we'll put some cardstock on the back. Let's get some cardstock. I'm going to cut a 2-inch strip of cardstock. And of course you can make this any color you want. I grabbed black. That's what I happen to have because it's Halloween, and I've got a lot of black stuff hanging around. Okay. All right, so I have my pieces and parts. Get this out of the way. Move all of this. All right. So now we're going to glue this up. I am going to use the Xyron because it's just easy for me to do. I say as I cannot get it to go. There we go. So I'm just going to put this in. Pull it through. Tear that off. And then I'm going to use my bone folder just to press this down. Take that off, and then I'm going to run this through the other way. Okay, so let me show you. So I'm going to open this. I'm going to put my piece of cardstock on here, matching up my corners. And then I'm going to put this through again. Seriously? Okay. Easy peasy. Okay, so it wasn't so easy and it wasn't so peasy, but I did it anyway. All right. You hear that? Pull this off. Now you could use double-sided tape on this if you want to. Absolutely. You can use glue. Absolutely. Just remember that you're using book paper, and so it may not be the strongest, okay? Line up my book page on there. Press the whole thing. Now take a look and see if I need to trim anything. If I do, now's the time. All right. Now around the edge here, if you have any residual stickies, you can either use the cellophane that comes on the top, or your gum eraser to kind of clear that off. Hubby must be home because I hear the dogs going crazy. And then I'm going to round all four corners on this one. Told you guys, this one's going to be easy peasy. You could do 20 or 30 of these in an evening, you know. All right, we got that. I'm going to ink this up. Both sides. All the way around. Well, you don't have to do both sides if you put black on the back, but I'm going to go around this and just ink it up. And now we're going to get ready to do some quick stamping. Piece of paper. And you can use any, you don't have to use Versamark. If you, and I've done a whole video on this, if you are doing this and you're kind of working on a budget here and you want to emboss but you don't want to pay for 900 embossing powders, What you can do is you can stamp in colored ink. There's a whole bunch of inks that work to do this. I will link that video in the description below. And you can actually just use colored ink, put clear embossing powder over it, and you're going to get that color emboss, okay? So I have some black embossing powder. We'll use this one. And we need a stamp. Okay, I kind of like this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ink up my stamp. Remember, there's no color to Versamark, so you know you're not going to see the color. I'm going to put this down and I'm going to press it for about 10-15 seconds because that's going to let that soak in. I'm going to leave it right there because you can't see this. Close up my Versamark. And then, I mean, if you look at the light, you're going to be able to see a little bit of it. I don't think you guys can. But we're going to be adding some embossing powder here. Don't be shy. Give it a second. Now, you could get some that's going to show up on your ink right here. So just take that off. All right, you can use a small brush. You can take that off. And then we're going to just set that to the side and we're going to pick this up. All right. Get this out of the way. And then we're going to bring this over. Now, preheat your gun, your heat gun, okay, your heat tool. Let it run for, you know, like 30 seconds till it's hot. And then be careful because these are your hands. Start underneath to heat the paper up. And move it or it's going to warp. And then come up to the top. And melt your embossing powder. Then turn that around and do the same thing on the other side. Heat it up. And then melt your embossing powder. Okay, so once you have that done, then all you're going to do here is just poke a hole and, you know, add in your top piece. But if you are in the same situation that my grandkids are in, where they cannot take candy to school this year for their friends, this is a pretty good alternative. Or if you just want to pass something out a little different in, you know, to the kids that come to your door, this is that alternative for you. Supplies you have around the house shouldn't cost you anything, and you can get this done. and have happy little monsters. Now, if you are able to give out candy, or you can send candy to school, how cute would this be if you gave them one of these cute little bookmarks that you made? You can have your children or grandchildren help you make them. One of these and like a lollipop or something, you know, that's school approved. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. This was just a quick idea that popped into my head, and I thought I'd share, since, you know, my grandkids aren't allowed to take candy to school this year. I thought maybe some other people might be in the same boat. But that's it. That's all I have for you today. If you're brand new here and you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me, like me, ring my bell, and share me with all your friends. And then your friends can be my friends, and my friends can be your friends, and our friends can get to be friends. And before you know it, we have a giant crafting community. Until the next time, guys, stay safe. Bye-bye.